You make good money. Maybe not rich money, but real money. And somehow, every single month, it disappears. That is not bad luck. That is a trap. And the terrifying part is, the trap was designed specifically for people earning exactly what you earn. Here's what nobody tells you when you start making decent money. More income does not automatically mean more wealth. In fact, for most people, every raise they ever get is silently cancelled out before they even enjoy it. And by the end of this video, you will understand exactly why that happens, who benefits from it, and the specific shift in thinking that separates people who earn well from people who actually get rich. Stay with this. Because the thing that is quietly destroying your finances right now has a name. And once you know the name, you cannot unsee it. The average household income in the United States is around $75,000 a year. In the United Kingdom, it sits close to £35,000. In Canada, roughly $70,000. These are not poverty wages. These are decent, working incomes. And yet surveys consistently show that more than half the people earning these amounts could not survive a $1,000 emergency without going into debt. Not $10,000. $1,000. So the obvious question is, where is all the money going? The answer is something called lifestyle inflation. And it is so automatic, so invisible, so perfectly woven into modern life that most people never even realize it is happening to them. Here's how it works. You get a raise. You feel good. You deserve it, you worked hard. So you upgrade the apartment. The car payment gets a little bigger. The dinners out get a little more frequent. The subscriptions stack up. The wardrobe improves. None of it feels irresponsible because you can technically afford it. But what just happened is your expenses expanded to meet your income. And your savings rate, the only number that actually builds wealth, stayed exactly the same or got worse. This is not a discipline problem. This is an architecture problem. The entire consumer economy is engineered to absorb every extra dollar you make the moment you make it. Think about this. In 1980, the average American saved about 17 cents out of every dollar they earned. Today, that number is closer to 4 cents. Incomes have gone up dramatically over those decades. Savings went the opposite direction. Because every industry from housing to technology to food to fashion has become extraordinarily sophisticated at capturing your income the second it arrives. And here is where it gets genuinely alarming. The people who understand this system do not participate in it the same way you do. They do something completely different with income increases. And that difference compounds quietly for years until the gap between them and everyone else becomes impossible to close on a salary alone. This is the part wealthy people never explain clearly in public. It is not that they earn more and save the difference. It is that they have trained themselves to be almost allergic to upgrading their visible lifestyle when their income goes up. Instead, every income increase gets routed first into assets. Things that grow. Things that pay them back. Things that eventually replace the job altogether. A person earning $60,000 who saves and invests $1,000 a month will build more wealth over 20 years than a person earning $150,000 who saves $200 a month. The math on that is not close. The person saving $1,000 a month at a conservative 8% annual return ends up with roughly $589,000. The person saving $200 ends up with about $118,000. Same 20 years. Nearly 5 times the difference in outcome. Not because of income. Because of the gap between what comes in and what actually gets deployed into something that works for them. That is the whole game. That gap is everything. Now here is the thing that most financial content will never say directly. The reason you are probably not closing that gap is not laziness. It is that nobody ever taught you to treat your own financial future as the first bill you pay. Every system around you, your employer's pay schedule, your bank's interface, the apps on your phone, the ads that follow you everywhere, every single one of them is designed to make you spend first and save whatever is left over. And whatever is left over is almost always nothing. The wealthy invert this completely. They automate the investment first, the moment income arrives, before they see it, before they can spend it, before lifestyle inflation can touch it. And then they live on what remains. This single mechanical change, paying yourself before you pay the world, is responsible for more wealth creation among ordinary income earners than any investment strategy, any side hustle, any hot stock tip ever discussed on the internet. And yet it is almost never the first thing people are taught. Here is a real scenario. Two people start their careers at 25 earning the same salary. Person A gets their first raise at 27 and upgrades their car, moves to a nicer place, starts eating out more. They feel like they are succeeding because the external signs of success are there. Person B gets the same raise and puts the entire difference into an index fund automatically every month. They live on almost exactly what they lived on before. Their apartment is the same. Their car is the same. From the outside, it looks like nothing changed. 10 years later, Person A is earning more than ever and has almost nothing saved. Person B is sitting on an investment account that has started generating returns that rival a part-time income. 20 years later, Person A is terrified about retirement. Person B has options. Real options. The kind of options that change your entire relationship with work, with time, with how you move through the world. The visible lifestyle was the trap all along. Here's what nobody wants to admit. The $100,000 salary that still feels like poverty is not a salary problem. It is a gap problem. The gap between income and outflow. The gap between earning and owning. The gap between working for money and having money work. And that gap does not close by earning more. It closes by deciding, firmly and mechanically, that a fixed percentage of every dollar you ever earn belongs to your future self first, before anyone else touches it. The people who crack this are not geniuses. They are not lucky. They did not start with more. They just learned earlier than everyone else that income is not wealth. Income is the raw material. What you do in the first 48 hours after money hits your account determines everything. Spend it and it is gone. Root it into assets and it starts compounding silently for the rest of your life. The trap is real. The trap is designed. And now you know exactly how it works. The question is what you do with the next paycheck.